Hey everybody, Corrie Thorne, the spiritual healer, coming to do my forecast channel message for the week of April the 26th. We are recording this right on the full moon. So there is a lot of energy. It's taken me all day to get to recording this one. Mm, we'll see what comes out. I'm not sure what's coming. I wasn't even sure what deck of cards to use. I've been tending to go back and forth between Paulette's deck of the Enchanted Map, Paulette Baron Reed, and my own deck of the Everyday Goddess Oracle cards, with it, which is about inspiration and attitude. My deck is not out yet, but they will be. They will be. So let's just see what comes out here. And yes, and no, I'm not prepared before I come in because I didn't know what I was actually going to be doing or how. So please bear with me. Please stay till the end. I ask of you, please stay till the end. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible today. So today, the first thing that came up was to bring in a stone, which I normally don't do, which is actually like a fossil. And so this is the shape. And so I know when I get shapes that I have Metatron coming with me. And so today I have Metatron energy. I have that sacred geometry, that whole mapping our minds, mapping back through history, mapping back through our lives, where we have been through our personal history, through the history of the world, through everything that has taken place. Look at what was happening back at this time, say in the 30s, 40s. Look at what happened in the 1800s, whatever it may be. Or look what happened in your past previously that you are on repeat and recycling again. I feel like it's like we're just trying to get through cycles, like we're trying to break cycles, break these patterns that we've been in. And so this is telling us that, when we look at the shell, it comes from many reasons why I would choose this shell. But um, for me today, it is about, we're tangled in a lot of issues. But I feel like where we were, say, a year ago, we were really stuck in this very center, we were backed into a corner. And you know what happens to people when they're backed into a corner for too long? And that's what it feels like when you feel like you've been too confined, too restricted, you've been suppressing something for too long. And I feel like that's what's coming up for us today, is that we have this sense of self and self-awareness that is rising within, that says, I don't think I can hold this much longer. But if you start to look around, you start to think of how much room you have around you. So you've been coming out. So we've been coming out, we've been expanding, we've been opening, you've been creating more room instead of being in such tight quarters. So I feel like you're not so backed against the corner as what you were, but you're still backed against, like you still feel like you are. And so we're mapping through, and I feel like Metatron is just telling us that it's very important for us to pay attention to wisdom. Wisdom is everything, and not knowledge all the time, not what you've been told, what you've learned from human knowledge. Because even in our systems, is that what the knowledge we have is what was written by man, woman, whoever. What was written by humans. So it was written from perspectives, from views, and how much is written from the person themselves. And it is still, even when written from a specific person, it's a perspective, it's a view, it's how they see things. So we're being told that how we've been seeing things or how we've been told and shown things is not all truth. Hold on. Card came flying out of the deck. And this card is showing us about clarity, details, details, details. So whatever you got going on, whatever is happening this week, to gain clarity. I feel like we're going to start to see clarity. We're going to start to see things. I've been saying this forever, that I just see this tumbling, this fall down, this crumbling. But I feel like it's like there's a microscope like view, like a mic like this, like when you got to use a microscope to see things that the human eye can't see, and we're just magnifying in. That's what it's like. So it's like you're using a magnifying glass, can see so much down, but this is like you have to turn the dial to take it 10 times in, to zoom all the way in. So we are zooming in on what it is that makes us feel as if we are trapped, or makes us feel like we are suppressing, or makes us feel like we're being held back, or whatever it is. But we also are being told that during this, there's some clarity. There's something of while we're here, we might as well pause and look at what we need to see. There is some clarity. There's some paperwork. There is something of a journal or something that's written in a journal. I feel like this might be a newspaper that may come out and show some clarity and show some exposure here. And when it does, I feel like you're just going to feel like, oh, hmm, well, now I know which way I'm going. That's what it feels like. And it's funny because I listened to something last night when someone was saying, just get out. You all need to get out. You all need, where are we going? If we all run, where are we going? We cannot run from you cannot run from yourself. You cannot run from what you need to deal with. You have to stay. You have to stay and deal with it. I really do. So I'm finding myself kind of getting worked up here in the energy. So somebody is worked up and you're being told, do not sign nothing, do not make decisions and choices when you are worked up. Just get clear first. You're almost there, is what I hear like we're almost to some sort of finish line, some sort of truth, some sort of completion, some sort of something. You're almost there. But now it's like London Bridge. London Bridge is falling down. Remember that song when we were kids? Well, that's what I keep hearing. It's like that. It's like just that falling, like a bridge, something that has been bridging stories or something that's been holding stories falls apart. And that's how you get clarity, and clarity starts to come in. And I feel like with that, it's like we're just being set free. It's just like, oh my God, finally, you're being let out, kind of being set free. And so wide open, taking that leap of faith, opening our hearts, being very clear on which direction it is that you want to go this week, where you want to be. I keep getting my energy shift. I keep getting pushed around. And so this is home. So we're finding our way home to us, to our truth, opening your heart this week. There's a lot of energy, but don't jump to conclusions this week. Please don't jump to conclusions. There's a lot of information at play. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of views to be seen. And it just feels like it's like really truly process through that thought before you jump into something it just feels like there's a lot of things around people that may be in creation. Let me feel this out further. Yeah. So the Sephiroth of pain, which is jewels, shows me the hands, all in their hands. And I keep getting it's in the hands of God, so God's will and whatever God, like God energy. I don't mean we're not laying everything into the responsibility of God, and it's not all up to God what happens. We have a lot of energy out there in the human form that is trying to play God. How would I put it that way? So we have a lot of human form out there that is trying to play God, trying to be God, trying to be greater than God, trying to be God in the human world. And I just feel like it's not in their hands, and you're going to see some things change. And so you may have somebody in your life who may be a narcissistic, you may have someone in your life who's been trying to control you. You may have been that kind of person yourself. And we're just being told that look at where that comes from and why we are behaving that way, or why that is like why that energy is present within you in your life, and to know that it's like just being able to surrender it over. It's coming into alignment. It is a slow and steady pace. I got fertile energy. It's like you just got to trust that we don't have to rush through the next phase. We don't have to get into a big panic. We don't have to try to make things happen. My feet are going. I can't even keep still. Like my legs are going. I feel like it's like we want to get going. We want to get moving, and you will. There's going to be a big freaking shift. This week comes with a major surprise, major shift, major. I'm like, it's almost like it's the explosions. And I also want to just point out, there's been a lot of, I've seen some fires that happen. Like I'm in Alberta and in Sherwood Park, somebody caught fire to a whole strip mall. So all these people are out of work. You just wake up, you just don't know what's coming. And that's what it feels like to me. There's just some surprises this week when you just don't know. We just take life for granted sometimes until we're put in situations like we are now when we can't take anything for granted. But it's weird how we kind of get comfortable, how the world kind of gets comfortable with the way we're living, like calling this new normal. This is not normal. And it's weird. And it's weird to be a part of it. Some days I drive through and I'm like, how can this become, this is not our new normal. And this, it should never be considered our new normal. And so this feels like we do have some surprises. So there is some really big surprise energy this week, and that it may take, it's like having some heads up and go, fuck, we knew this was coming, but it just hitting. So I also have Sacred Sarah, and I just feel like it's just like you're being held in the arms of heavenly spiritual energy. And I feel like even when we're going through our toughest times, we are wrapped in that unconditional love. And Sacred Sarah is like, she knows the journey, she's know where she's been. The head is not in shame. The head is in a sense of just making peace. We have to make peace with where we've been, make peace with the past, and just know that if we want to be better, to do better, we have to live better within our own selves. And this is the observer, and I feel like, and she's in attitude. And so this one is Shelta, but she's coming out in reverse. And so that means is that all the transformation in your life that is supposed to be happening is not fully happening because you are too busy being the observer of everyone else's life, probably judging, criticizing, looking into the mirror of somebody else and not into your truth. And this is the week that to start looking into your own reflection, become the observer of your life, of where you have been, to start like take off the mask, look into the look into the truth of you, and to just know that I got to get very clear with myself and to what it is, that what direction I'm going. It's not like we can just like be wishy-washy about sides we pick, or it's like this is feels like there's going to be a go time, and to have that clarity for you, but you're being told to hand over that story, that pain, and set yourself free. This like there's sacred parts of you. You don't have to share yourself with the whole world, but that blue also comes through in the palladium, but it also comes through in the divine spirit for me. And for so much of the weeks, like the past few weeks, there's been this weird like blue sky, and not weird, it's beautiful, but it's like I just feel like it's like we are going to start to see something so clearly. Something is going to come to light, to fruition for us. And I feel like we're going to see it. And so that may be something that you've been questioning yourself on, whether or not you should move on, whether or not it's a decision that you have to make. But this is the week, by the end of the week, I feel like you're getting clarity. We are in the pause. You've been through the rebirth stage. So we got purity here. So pure thoughts, get clear, and just sit in the energy that you have right now. Go time is coming up, and benevolence really truly is about. This is Perphone, very much admiring. So we are in a raw, vulnerable, exposed self right now. And we're admiring that we're seeing people who have the courage to be able to step up. We're having like in a kind way, in a loving way. And we're finding more and more of that energy right now, of that hope, that faith, and being able to stay on that. I have not gotten off this faith train. Not for 1 minute have I left this. And it's like, and it's not saying it's been easy, but it's been worth it because it leaves you not having to close your heart off. It really does. And so as we move forward, this is going to be a week of, being wide open to the world of the unknown. We don't know what's coming, but to know that to be home with you, to be at this place with you, to be at peace with yourself is the place to be, because whatever decisions, whatever choices you'll have to make, I feel like you're going to have clarity by the end of the week, and you're going to know exactly what you're going to do. And this will be about setting some clear intentions. We have sad embrace, which is upside down, which is also in reverse. I feel like that is actually over. Some real clear intentions on the next plan, the next step, coming out of the being stuck in here, being set free, no longer backed against the corner. And it's a week to start really observing your life and start looking in, and to gain really good clarity of what do I now need to do? Because there's some of you that got some real hardcore smartening up to do. And I just mean, what I mean by that is to start to, any habit, anything that you've let go, anything that you've just been ignoring for the past year, it's like, yeah, you're going to have to actually do that work now. Time to get moving. It will be time to get going. But right now, it's like we're just clearing out all of the old energy. This is the beautiful pink supermoon. It is in Scorpio, it is water, it is emotional. And a scorpion is, it can be, it can get a bad rap just because of the scorpion name, but it can also be such a powerful energy. And it stings when backed against a corner. And that's exactly what this is. It can sting when backed against a corner, and it fights back. And I feel like that's the whole fight back. I feel like there's just a whole like fight back. I feel like we're in a slingshot, and I've been saying this. I feel like we're in a slingshot, and you're just going to be shooting forwards. Like right now, we're just pausing, waiting, 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 looking around, and then it's like shooting out, and and no longer being backed against the corner, so it has freedom to roam, to do whatever, and has great resources and great wisdom to trust. And I just feel like being able to trust the source of wisdom, not so much all of the knowledge, and be willing to question what we have experienced, what we have learned, and what you do know to be what you thought was your truth. That it's okay to question. Much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful week, and I will see you all next week. Much love. Bye bye. And every morning. And these are always coming with messages of faith and clear intention to just clear this energy. This is the forecast so that we can clear this thing, this energy, and move it aside so that you can move ahead in a beautiful way. Much love. Bye bye. And catch my daily lives.